Hi, my name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. I was born July 4th, 1986. I'm gonna say thank you for tuning in. Today I wanna do some dog training stuff and talk about this this dilemma that I see going on, where there's like, you're trying to do something, but you're getting the opposite approach. And I wanna show that opposite approach to get you to understand why it is that your dog is acting the way that it's acting. So for instance, I'm just gonna play fetch with my dog. And playing fetch with dogs and playing with toys, so this is this, he likes regular sticks. Playing fetch with dogs, this is the time that we usually layer in obedience work, where we're trying to get the dog to understand sit, trying to get the dog down, the heel, the everything with it. You're trying to use the toy to get the dog to engage in that. And here's the dilemma. I'll say the good part of it first. The good part of it is, when we're here playing, cool, we're just having fun, we're doing what we're doing. But the dilemma happens when you're trying to translate this said game, this fun that we're doing here, and trying to think that you're going to get it at the park when you want your dog to be calm. So we're teaching it in a way of getting the dog to get highly aroused, highly intense, just want to go. So he's building and building and building right now. So I'll throw it for the first time for him. And every time it's just going to he's going to keep building and building and building. So at some point he's going to be able to I'm going to say sit, because this time you say sit, right? When he's all hyper aroused, you say sit. And then he's like, yeah, I'll do it. So you'll just watch what happens here, because he's going to keep building. He doesn't like bringing it all the way back to me. I got to go get it from him, unfortunately. But at least don't take it too far. Out. Johnny, out. All right, come here. So in this sense that I'm going to be saying this word, and then he's going to keep getting more intense. So the dilemma here happens is, when I say this word sit, he's going to hear the word and know, a game's about to happen, a party's about to happen, something's about to happen, something's about to go down. And it's just, he's gonna keep wanting to get more aroused. And then I'll just keep tossing it. So he gets in his brain of, I say the word sit, and his brain automatically goes into, yeah, let's go do something. And this is where you're having a dilemma. When we're out here playing, doing what we're doing, that's fun. But when you're trying to do that in the sense of, say, get your dog to sit because it's being a little rowdy when you're in public, you're trying to take it to the park. This is where the problem happens. You're gonna say sit to that dog in the park where you want the dog to be calm, but the dog is gonna already have triggered in its brain, a party's about to happen. And what happens in that sense? The dog is waiting for something now. You said sit, and the dog's like, hey, we're about to play that game again, Mom, Dad. Like, we're about to make this happen. We're about to do something right now. And what that does is, Johnny, come here. No, you bring it and come here. Come here. Yup. Come here. Johnny. Sorry, he's a little possessive with his toys, which I don't care. But out. But what starts to happen is the dog is going to want that like, the only word I can use here is that release. So every time he just keeps getting more and more aroused. So now is the time that in reality he's looking good. I'll say sit to the boy, like he's just looking so great on that sit. And this is the moment where it's just like things are gonna get a little weird. Because every time I say sit from now on, he's gonna think I'm about to go chase and I'm about to go get something. I'm about to go put my, best case, but worst case scenario, I'm about to go put my mouth on something. I'm about to go bite something. That's what he's doing. This is a big old stick, weighs like 2 or 3 pounds. And he's going out and swimming for it, and he's biting it and playing with it and running around with it. And he's expecting that when I say that word sit. That's where the big dilemma is happening. Because you don't want to mix the two. You want to play with your dog, but don't play with your dog thinking that you're trying to train the dog to be able to do obedient stuff when I would say when you think it matters, when it counts. When you're at the park, where you're taking your dog around a walk for around the block, where you want them to just be calm. You just want them to be chill. You don't want them to be like all excitable and all wild and all crazy. And this is where the biggest hiccup I see is going on. Because in one sense, you're sitting there training the dog these cues to be heightened aroused. And then you're expecting to be able to say that cue to that dog. And now the dog's just supposed to be calm. That's not the way it works. It just doesn't work that way. And that's why a lot of this, say, sports training stuff, it works good on a sports training way of doing things. It works good with this. I'm just playing fetch. I have zero expectations. I never want to say, sit to this dog. I mean, really, when I take him out, I pretty much never say anything to him at all. But I never want to expect that I'm going to get him in his heightened arousal here, and I go take him out and I go see a dog, and I'm going to say to him, sit. What's going to happen? This is the word I can use here with this circumstance, is it can get dangerous, because you're playing this game. So you're playing tug, you're playing fetch, you're playing something that a dog is like literally trying to put his mouth on something, and then you see another dog, and your dog is kind of like, I don't know, and you say sit. Your dog instantly is like, just go do something. And then your dog gets all excited. The other dog is going to look at your dog as like, oh man, he's excited. I'm excited. Now we're just got to go to do the barking and lunging and the crazy and the madness. It just has to happen because now we introduced excitement that doesn't need to be there. So the main thing is take the excitement away. In most cases, don't even think that this is the problem. This is why my recommendation would just always be to pretty much anyone that just wants a really, really nice pet dog, calm pet dog you could take anywhere and do anything with. Just don't try to even teach obedience. Just stay away from it. Because the main thing is you don't need a command to get your dog to obey to you. You need to be a good leader and your dog will want to obey with you. You don't need to train all these things because depending on the way that you're training it, in most cases, this is why obedience work is, it's still something that I don't see many dogs really like doing it, because if you don't have a toy, you don't have a treat, you don't have crazy praise, you don't have something, the dogs are like disinterested in like once you say sit and the dog sits and you just give dog a pat on the head, dog's like, I'm done with this. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. So you have to bring the other stuff out to bring the arousal up. But if you pat that dog and that dog's like, yeah, I'll do it again. And you pat that dog, and yeah, then do your obedience. But most cases, that's not happening. That's not going on. So there's a huge disconnect that I see happening here. Just play your games and know that that's just that field, that game, that scenario. That doesn't translate to anything else. Just play the game. And don't try to think that obedience is going to work somewhere else. That's where, unfortunately, most people are struggling with doing dog training things, thinking that you're going to train the dog to be I don't even want to say it like this, but just straight up. You're trying to train the dog to be a better dog, as opposed to you learning how to become a better leader to have a better dog. That's just the simple logic that I want to state behind this. And every single time, Johnny, come here. I wish I don't know if you can see him or not. Let me see if I can switch this around real quick. I know you're centered. Where is he? There he is. Johnny, come here. You see this look? Yep. Johnny. No, go get it. Go get it. Yep. All right, come here. This is the hardest part. I get him to come to me, but I don't want him to come without the toy because I don't feel like walking over there. Get it. You get it. Yep. Get it. Yep. Come on. Come here. Good boy. Come on. All right, come here. All right, out. I don't want to, I guess that's I'll say the, turn back around, buddy. That's the part that I don't want to say I'm lazy, but I try to get the dogs to be able to really understand how to just be able to do a little bit more. Because that's where he gets his dilemma. So if someone's going to say, oh, your dog clearly didn't come back to you earlier, you called him like 5 times. It's not a matter that he didn't come. It's a matter of he's trying to figure out what to do with what it is that I'm asking for. I don't want him, because I say come here, and I'm looking at him saying, with my body saying no. Because I don't want him to come, I want him to bring this back with him. So he's sitting there like, what do I do? What do I do? He's trying to process it. He's trying to figure out what's going on here. And that's why every time he will look down, I'll say yes. And then he's like, oh, okay, that's what you want. But then he has it in his mouth and he's like, well, now what more do I need to do? This is where it's just cool to really train dogs and play with them and interact with them. But this, I'm never gonna expect that I'm gonna get this boy in this stance. So if I'm just gonna sit, because you already speak right away. So every time I say sit, he's just gonna start to look like this. He's just gonna start to act like this. Go ahead, boy. That's so when I say that word, that's who he is. So I don't want that to translate to taking him to the soccer practice. I don't want that word. And in reality, if you really got to do what you got to do, have 2 different styles of language that you're using with your obedience cues. But I would just recommend just to stay the heck away from it. Just play with your dog. Have fun with your dog. But don't think that you're trying to play with them and get your dog to learn how to be a better dog. Just have fun playing with the dog. That's all that really matters. Thank you. Come here. So I got to teach him this game of recall a little bit better. But at the same time, I don't care to. I like this part of it. I like this part of getting him to getting him to understand what I want. So what I want him to do is to be able to bring me things. This is the concept of, straight up what I have him do on the farm with helping me with gathering his food at night, gathering a chicken or a rooster. That I want him to go get it and bring it to me. And he understands the basic logic behind it, but we got a lot to still keep working on with that. But this is the cool thing here. He's got something. And now I want him to bring that something to me. And this is a lot of like, we call it chaining in dog training school, chaining to get him to do, to get him to understand to hold it, to pick it up, to get him to understand to walk towards me, to get him to understand every little step of that. That's where I personally prefer my fetch to be that way, because it does more to the brain rather than just running mindlessly back and forth to me. I want the game to be more mental capacity than just sprinting, dropping the ball at my feet, sprinting, dropping the ball at my feet. And I prefer to, that's why I like him in the water here. I prefer that they have to go find it. They don't just see the thing that they're chasing. They got to go find it, sniff it out, search for it, find it, bring it close to me. And then I want them to bring it all the way back to me. So let's see, Johnny, get it? Come here. Get it? So he's trying to figure it out. He's thinking, he's processing. You see when he freezes like that? He's like, what do you want? Get it? Yep. All right, come here. He freezes. He's looking for more information. All right, come here. Get it? Get it? Yep. All right, come here. Yep, come here. That's a good boy. Johnny. Johnny. Get it? He's trying to figure the game out here. And this is the, I don't know why I guess this is where the patience really comes in, where certain people are faster at getting results than others, because I'm just gonna sit here and just wait it out. I'll just be patient with them. And that's what drives him to want to process and troubleshoot it through, as opposed to me trying to micromanage every little aspect. I want him to just really figure it out. All right, get it? Yes. All right, come here. All right, get it? He's trying all kinds of new things. All right, you're doing good. Get it? All right, come here. Maybe I'm not saying come here fast enough. All right, out. Thank you. Good boy. But I want him to figure it all out. I'm not in this for like, hey, and if it was for competition, I still want them to figure it out. But I want him to have to like troubleshoot more. You ready? So let's see, watch this, oh, you can see him there. Down. Sit. Down. All the way down. Down. Okay. That's where like obedience can look cute and fun, but it's not good for anything as far as like just taking your dog around the block, taking your dog out, taking your dog to go do something. It's just, it's pointless. And for this dog, I'm gonna try to teach him that concept. I'm gonna try to make more videos of him with this concept of not only just picking up sticks, but I want him to pick up stuff and bring it to me. I want him to understand that role, that, hey man, can you go get something? I mean, there was always that challenge we had to do in dog training school of, they call it beer me, go open the fridge, grab a drink out of the fridge and go shut the fridge. I don't know why, but stuff like that is just kind of a little bit fascinating to me. So I kind of want him to know certain things inside of the house to just simplify my life in reality. Why not? Why not do that? And it's something that comes through, man, it's patience. It's the guys I know that I've seen that have like the nicest looking working sports stuff dogs. They're like the most patient people I think that you'll ever be around. And it is, you can't just want it now. You're like, I'll get there at some point. So we'll get him again. We'll see what he does. Where you at? Johnny? Yep. Come here. Yep, there we go. Try to get it faster. That's a good boy. Oh, thanks for even dropping it up front. I appreciate that. But again, this is the part that, all right, sit, heel. Nah, that's a trash heel. Center. Sit, down. 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 Okay, come on.